views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hola everyone, Happy New Year! Welcome to the first Open Friday of 2019. The one and only show, of course, bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll catch up with the Platinum Boy Music CEO Amadeus to discuss his latest upcoming projects, global tours, and his new talk show series, A Bronx Tell. After that, we'll learn about A Year to Exhale, a new novel by Kia Harris that explores everything from love, life, and sisterhood. And we'll discuss all that's in store for the upcoming Bronx River Art Center Winter Fine Arts and Media Series. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us up to date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And finally, our Open Artist Spotlight features classically trained vocalist Tamara Jade, kicking off our new year with her soulful sound. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. Okay, so our first guest of Open Friday 2019 is actually one of my favorites here on Open, yes. He is the CEO of his own music company, Platinum Boy Entertainment, Inc., a producer, a musician, and now the host of his own talk show series, I should say, A Bronx Tell, and joining us to tell us about his latest projects along with what he has for the new year. We welcome Antoine Amadeus Thompson. Woo!
What an introduction.
In there.
Yes.
Welcome, King Amadeus.
Peace and blessings, Queen. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
How you feeling? You're looking amazing as usual.
Thank you, thank you.
Spirit, everything, energy is flowing.
Thank you.
The colors are flowing.
I'm feeling it. Bring it,
Let's go.
I'll take it. But
We here.
Yeah, but
You know I had to come see you.
I'm so happy you came
I
to
gotta
see
come
me
see
at
you.
the
That's
top
a must.
of the year.
That's a must.
Before you go traveling around the world,
Yes.
which you have done like tremendously
Yes.
throughout the past year.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm really looking forward to hearing about your tour.
Yeah.
And you're still working with Trey Songz,
Absolutely.
right?
Going on 11 years.
Musical director.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also drumming with him.
Yes.
We're going to go on and on, but let's just talk a little bit about touring, right? Because I think that could wear on the body a little bit and on the spirit because you're away from home, you're away from your family.
Yes.
So let's talk about how that impacted you in 2018.
Yes, absolutely. Just always being on the road, like you said, is definitely wear and tear on the body. Not only am I touring with Trey Songz as a music director and tour drummer, but I also have a residency in Las Vegas. So I travel to Las Vegas pretty much every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Playing at a nightclub, #1 hip-hop nightclub in Vegas, Dre's nightclub. So definitely a lot of wear and tear on the bodies, always being up in the air above 30,000 feet. You know, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, wow, yeah, you saw my eyes open up. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, because Vegas is all the way on the other
Yes.
side. And that's a different time zone
Absolutely,
as well.
yeah.
And so you're picking up, losing hours
Right.
in the trip.
Right.
And then your body has to readjust every single week.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes, but when you love it, when it's what you're passionate about, you know, it's not even a job. It's just what you go and what you love to do. So at the end of I did the same thing as we talked off air about just relaxing and taking time to myself to rebuild, refocus, rejuvenate, pray, and just get ready for the new 2019 year. That's what I had to do. I just sat down. New Year's Eve, I was home with my family. We said Happy New Year's. Had a few drinks. That's important.
It is important. It's absolutely important to give it back to yourself, and who better to do it with than with your family,
Absolutely.
right?
So we were watching a movie. Well, I was watching a movie after that. Next thing I know, I was like laid out across the floor. My queen is up, my son is up, my princess is up, and they're like watching the movie and they're watching me sleep. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. So I had posted a funny clip. It was LeBron James turning up. It was like 11:59 and he's turning up. And then the clips fast forward to 2:01 a.m. and then he's like leaving. And that was kind of, where I was. Because, I'm always turned up.
I know you're turned up. I mean, you got a lot going on. I got a whole list of things I got to get through before this segment is over. I mean, I'm really interested in this, the songs on 2K19 and the video games.
Yeah.
Like, talk about that.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Shout out to Young and Me. We've created quite a few records this past year. Petty Wop, Car Confessions, and basically those songs were featured on the game, on the 2K19 video game with LeBron James on the cover, and the 2019 Madden.
And you serve as a producer of these songs.
Yes, so that was definitely a moment for me. I love video games. I do play video games when I make time for it. But just to appear on something so major. And my son is a video game, so as we're playing, Madden and we're playing 2K, to hear, your song in the background is kind of like one of the coolest things ever, especially as a dad.
Yeah,
he's like, hey, Dad, that's your song. And I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yes, look at the example
awesome.
you're setting,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
also you're a part of his next generation,
Absolutely.
because that's a whole nother
Absolutely.
generation,
Yes.
and their way of listening, even listening to music,
Right.
is different
Right.
than ours, right?
Right.
And so, you always come and you sit here so humbly, and I'm always amazed at the list of people that you've worked with.
Right.
And if you don't mind, I would love to just share with our viewers. I mean, you've worked with Chris Brown,
Right.
you've worked with J-Lo, you've worked with, obviously you're still working with Trey
Songz,
Songz. You've worked with, let me see,
Long list.
I'm trying to name them off the top of my head. Because
Let me help you. I normally
go for it.
say blessed to produce for over 90 artists, and because I try to sit down and name everybody. You already helped me. J-Lo, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, CeeLo Green, Remy Ma, Papoose, and congrats to them on having their new baby, BX all day. ESPN First Take theme song, the video games as you mentioned, Young and May. So it's just it's been a long road, going on 18 years now. I still love it. I'm still passionate about it. I'm still motivated and inspired by the new generation, the new sound, the youngins that's coming up in the music business. So it's always fun and exciting.
And what's beautiful is that you also pass it on to the next generation.
Absolutely.
And I've had the honor of serving on one of your
Yes,
panels,
yes,
and
yes.
so I've experienced it, and I've witnessed what it is that you actually provide. And
Right.
I think it's so important that they understand. And I love that so much about you, is that
thank you.
it's not just about being in the front.
Right. Right.
And here you're a perfect example, because you do play, but you're producing, and so
Right.
you're on the back end,
Yes.
but yet
Yep.
you're
Behind
still
the scenes.
in the field, and
the
you're
mix.
still in the creative process,
Right.
which is really what it's all about. Or
Absolutely.
what should be the primary motivator.
Correct. I'm from the Bronx, from 169th and Washington Avenue. Very tough neighborhood. And, when you look at the news, we're kind of like on the news for violence. We're on the news for NYCHA, not having heat, for the rodents running crazy. So we did a talent show, I think 2 weeks ago, right before the new year came in. And I didn't even know that the talent show was happening at my old school, the school where I first went, the school where I first discovered my musical talents, the drums. And I just ended up in this place now, 37-year-old man, 17 years in the game, and I'm like, wow, what am I doing here? But it's just amazing, how God brings things back and around full circle, to just be able to look at the kids that sat in the audience that have the same dreams that I had. I'm living mine, so it's like I must help them and show them that they can live their dreams as well, being from the same neighborhood. No excuses.
Right.
I'm from where you from. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's a lot more challenging now, but you use those challenges, you take those challenges, and you say, I gotta make it. I have no choice but to make it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get my family out of here and allow them to be in an environment that's safe and conducive to their spirits.
Right, and it is about environment, people,
Right.
places, and things. And
Absolutely.
so, in closing, let's talk a little bit about Bronx Tell.
Yes.
Because that's this new talk series you got
Yeah.
going on. Yeah,
I'm trying to step in your
I like
shoes
the
a little
title
bit.
too. You stepping in my shoes? All right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know if I'm gonna be as good as you, but I'm trying to hang in there.
I know you're pretty phenomenal in
Thank you,
speaking.
thank you. So
I can only imagine.
Well, we had the Music 101 college tour going, which you've blessed us with your presence at where were we? Bronx Community. So I actually wanted to bring that same vibe to it. It was a store that a Bronx native is actually a store, and it just wouldn't fit. So my partner at the time, Mike Daniel, was like, we can't fit the music 101 in this store, but maybe we can use this concept. So he created the concept of a Bronx Tell, and basically the show is about educating the world of who is from the Bronx, who represent the Bronx, and who have done amazing things in the Bronx and worldwide in regards to talent, in regards to music, whatever it is. And we just highlight them and just talk about the journey and where they're from and how they got started and how they got to where they are today. So just pretty much highlighting people from the Bronx that are doing their thing and really bringing notice to their accolades and just putting it on display for the people.
I love all of the collaborations that
Right.
Bronx Native has been bringing to the forefront.
Yes, yeah.
Every time somebody comes on air, they're always mentioning Bronx Native.
from
So
the
shout
same
out to
school,
Bronx
too.
Native. Yeah,
Colonel
it's just
Hayes,
great
yeah.
work. It's just
Yeah.
the intention behind everything they're doing.
Absolutely.
It's so awesome. And so before we go, where can
Okay.
people watch this?
We're still shooting.
Okay.
We're still building and putting everything together. We have some amazing guests. We had Tony Sunshine. We had DJ Chuck Chillout. We had Lord Finesse. We had Buck Wild, comedian extraordinaire Jacob Berger, also social media influencer comedian. So we're just building, still putting it together. A lot of pieces to do. Is definitely a new thing for us. So we got to make sure it's right before we share with the world. So we're definitely still putting it together.
And you'll definitely be coming back to share with us
Absolutely.
when it receives its
Yeah.
airtime.
Yeah.
Awesome. Amadeus, thank you so much for
Thank you
making
for
the
always
time to
having me.
come in here and
Absolutely.
bless our set at the top of the new year.
Thank
Happy
you.
2019,
Blessings, Queen.
King.
Thank you. Go
Yes.
get
Woo!
them. I want you to be this fly and flashy every time.
You got it.
Okay, so all the stylists, wherever y'all, the makeup, everybody need her to be rocking all year. If she starts this way, she has to end this way. You know what I'm saying?
Oíste.
That was for the team.
Thank you. That was for the team. He gave you a shout out. All right, you guys, once again, for more information on Amadeus and his latest projects, you can check him out at Amadeus PMB and visit his website, PlatinumBoyMusicWorldwide.com. That's PlatinumBoyMusicWorldwide.com. All right, we have to take a quick. We got me on the X. We got to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to sit down with author Kia Harris, and we're going to focus on love, life, and sisterhood. Don't go anywhere.
And I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
Hello, welcome back to Open, everyone. A Year to Exhale. That's the name of the new book by author Kia Harris. It's a story that follows the journey of three childhood friends that have ultimately leaned on each other for love, support, and guidance throughout their lives. And joining us to tell us more about the book, we welcome author Kia Harris. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and what an appropriate book to open up with our first
Exactly.
episode, A Year to Exhale.
Exhale.
All right, so what inspired that title, my dear?
The inspiration behind it really is, those moments when you're stressed and you're tense. The minute you come out of that, what do? You exhale, you release. a year really defines time. So your exhale period could be a month, a minute if you're stuck in traffic, a week. So a year is really just a definition of time.
Right. Do you think that comes with this whole reflection that occurs at the end of the year to kind of like assess and just take inventory of what's been done and what hasn't been done, and hence resolutions and all that other stuff that comes with the new year?
I think what's happening now, especially with women, we're starting to realize that we don't need to wait until the end of the year. We're reinventing ourselves every day. And so the year is just the journey that we go through, and we're kind of reinventing and going through our reassessments of ourselves on a very frequent basis.
And so the book itself is really geared towards a sisterhood. Is the sisterhood based on the being of a sorority, based on a sorority? Because from what I got, they all live in different states, but yet they're still close, as if though they were together. Now, tell me, all right, is there truth? Is it semi-autobiographical?
This is fiction.
Okay.
But as readers will find that there's a little piece of who you are in each of the characters. And I can certainly say there's a little piece of me in each of the characters. So it is fiction, but it's very realistic, if you will.
Okay, so without giving too much away, what exactly should someone want to read this for?
So this book is really entertaining. I wrote this book from the perspective of I wanted to highlight that women can get along and support one another and not perpetuate what we see in the media today and on reality TV where women are catty and fighting one another. So that's really what you're getting from this. But I also didn't fall into that mindset of bashing men, because there are some dynamic men in this book as well. And these men make walls crumble to make these women happy.
Wow, I want to meet those men. Do they have to be fiction?
Well, I'm sure they're out there somewhere. I mean, I'm married to one, so.
Oh, nice. Shout out to the hubby.
Right.
Hope he's watching. And so it's interesting that you would say that, right? Because this past year we've seen a lot of women come together and unite, but they've come together to unite to fight.
Right.
And I understand that you're really about peace and harmony, and that's really what you're trying to bring into the space. And so I'm assuming that's what the reader's going to take away with them.
They will take away some peace and harmony, but understand that they deal with some very realistic situations. You know, there are women, they're going through divorce. Some have had some real issues in past relationships. Some are struggling even in their careers from making a decision to transition from one role to another. So the things are realistic. They are, you know, harmonious ultimately, but they do go through some ups and downs. And I wanted my readers to feel like when they read this, that it was something that was tangible. And these characters jump off the page.
So what are the three major cities that we're talking about?
So we're talking 4 major cities.
Four.
New York City, Houston, Hilton Head, South Carolina, and Chicago, Illinois.
And where did you pick those for?
Well, those actually have sentimental reasons for us. So New York, I'm born and raised here in New York, lived in Harlem, lived in the Bronx. Shout out to IS 115, my junior high school.
Love that.
And Houston is where I really want to ultimately retire to. So I had to incorporate that into the story. Hilton Head, South Carolina. I talk about bed and breakfast as a potential revenue stream, and that's where I would set it up. And Chicago, one of my really good friends is from there, so I really wanted to incorporate Chicago into the story.
That's nice. You paid homage. No, and it's interesting because as I'm listening to you, now I can see the corporate you also infused into the book. And so I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea, actually.
Yeah. So I definitely, like I said, I put a little bit of who I am in each of the characters, although the stories are made up. And they are really made up stories. And I say that because I have had tons of readers say to me, is that you? And what I don't want to take away from my characters is people trying to assess if that's my story and get something from it, because that's not what it's about.
Right. You had to just be the voice of these particular characters, right?
Absolutely.
And so in closing, I wanted to just share with anyone who may be considering writing a book, who may be caught up in a dead-end job, who may be afraid to take the plunge. what would you advise them? Because I know you took a plunge.
Absolutely. The one thing I will say is, having been in corporate America, and I've been very fortunate in my career, so I won't take that away. But I started to feel boxed into being defined as someone that everyone else thought I was or wanted me to be. And I did that throughout my career. I say follow what's in your heart. And we hear it a lot, follow your passion, follow your purpose. And it's not easy, because when you're transitioning out of a six-figure job and you're going into an unknown space where you're not a subject matter expert, it is scary. But don't let the fear stop you. Just go for it. I often refer to something I heard Pastor Bishop T.D. Jakes say when he said that there are 3 words that one company used. It took them from making $900 million to over $1 billion. And those 3 words were just do it. And I really would say just do it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming on to our
you.
first
Thank you
episode
for having
of
me.
2019 to inspire us.
Thank you very
and,
much.
of course, to share this wonderful novel, this fiction novel with fabulous men inside of them. All right, you guys, once again, A Year to Exhale is now available at Barnes & Noble, and of course, you can find it on Amazon.
Yes.
All right, for more information on Kia Harris, you can visit author KiaHarris.com. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll find out what the Bronx River Art Center has in store for the new year. Don't go anywhere.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Hello and welcome back to Open. Don't forget, we're always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. The Bronx River Art Center is known for their great art classes and community events. And this year, the arts organization decided to kick off the year with its Winter Fine Arts and Media classes for people to enjoy. And here to tell us more about the upcoming winter classes, please welcome BRAC Executive Director Gail Nathan and BRAC student Michael Wheeler. Hello and welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's great to see you again.
Gail, bravo, bravo. BRAC has come a really long way, and congratulations on this amazing building.
Thank you.
And now, you can share with us exactly what is in store for 2019, because I know last year you were still kind of mobile and kind of doing pop-ups, and now you're settled in the building.
Last 8 years.
Last 8 years, I know, but I was trying to stay in the space of now you're settled in the new building. And so let's talk about this new schedule.
Right. Well, we're actually into our 3rd semester already in the building. Second one on the 4th floor. We were moving in one floor at a time practically, but this winter is going to be amazing. We have every program up and running, every space up and running. It's really exciting. So we're really going at it to make sure everybody comes back and new people come in, and we're working on it really hard.
So, I just want to share with our viewers that I've watched you really built this place, and I've participated, I've contributed. Actually, like we were talking prior to being on air, you know, I've danced on gravel for you.
Right.
Right. For fundraising efforts, and just to see you hold this vision and just stick to it and see where it's at. And I know I introduced you as a student, but you were a student, and now you're an alum, and yet you're back. So I just, you know, as an institution, where do you see this going?
Well, this is really important to us, to the looking forward. In fact, the series of exhibitions we're doing this year are an inaugural suite of exhibitions that are about looking back and looking forward. And we're really set up to crash into the 21st century in a big, big way. We've bumped up all our equipment. Our media lab is spectacular now. We have all new Mac computers again, and you know, because you have to upgrade them all the time.
I know, tell me about it.
We just got 15 new iMac computers. And we're building a maker space with a complete woodworking shop. We, of course, bring back our standard medias that are wonderful, our ceramics complete with kilns, our printmaking with our printmaking press. So we're so equipped. And now we have a new event space for performance, for parties, for rentals. In fact, one of the new ideas is a rent party at the end of every month to help supplement the rents on the Artist Studios program, which is coming up, so that we can keep the price for the studios at a way below market value for the artists, and supplement that with a rent party,
Right,
the old rent
and
party
bring everybody
idea.
together. I like that. I like that bohemian style,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
And so you rent out space to artists as well,
right? Mm-hmm.
And so
in a brand new floor. You know, the whole building was gut renovated, 4 stories, 18,000 square feet, gut complete. I mean, I have pictures from day one of that process.
yeah.
And
Well,
it's
the next time
amazing.
you come, we got to do that. We have to show that
Right.
that stage
Right.
versus where it's at now, because it's like this really eye-catching, captivating building now that says Brack.
Right.
Quite
Michael, what about you? I mean, you were there like when you were how old?
So I got there when I was about, I'm going to say 14. I've been there for a couple of years now. I haven't been in BRAC since before the building was renovated, but I got in when we were in our temporary space. It has been quite a transition, I would like to say. I go to college now. I'm in my last year, Alfred State, Phi Zeta. I come back every break and just try to contribute to the center and help her out with whatever the center needs.
Okay, so what is it about the environment that I guess you embrace this home, right? Because every time you come back, you come back and you're a contribution, and from what I understand, you're doing a lot more than what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm at the moment, I'm like our temporary marketing manager, and I'm trying to help the center kind of get really ingrained again into the community now that our center is done and renovated. And for me, the center has really been like, I'm gonna say enriching. Like it's allows me to gain experience and really express my artistic values through a community effort. And that's what I really like to do. And Gail and Brack has been tremendous in helping me do that. So it's like coming back home and giving back, and you know, I gain something in return. So it's quite nice.
It's lovely. It's lovely to see how intergenerational it is, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and that's exactly what the space is.
Right.
And with staff members, artists, and so I'm just kind of picking up based on the way you guys are
Right.
communicating it right now.
Right.
And I think it's important because we live in a day and age where the next generation, they're just moving at a different pace.
Right.
And it's
Right.
a little challenging to keep up with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I live in denial, you know. I'm like, I could keep
Right.
up, but
And
it's a
they're
different
it,
mindset.
you know?
Yeah.
And that's why it's important for us to be so ingrained in the community. There's so much housing coming up in the area. The area is actually growing. So it's important that we, you know, get entwined with that and we keep up and, you know, allow students and kids in the area and adults too to be able to enrich themselves in the culture that is right around them.
Beautiful.
Right in the community.
And the programs are pretty affordable, if not some free, right?
Yes.
Yes, we have our Teen Project Studio, which is free, and that's a really special program that is now building again into our new program called a Makerspace, in which we are taking students through the process of working with artists in the studios program, working with entrepreneurs in our new co-working space, and designing products for the market and learning all aspects of that, not only the design process, but going into the marketing of products and promotion, and that's all part of the program that we're now in the process of evolving our Teen Project Studio into that next level. So this is what's so exciting about being back in the building. We finally can do that sort of thing. And the Teen Project Studio is free. That's our free program.
That's lovely.
We made that free because we really knew that teens, and I think Michael can attest to this, they, and above teens, because our Teen Project Studio is now Teen Project Studio plus 2.0, which we wanted to take it up to the 26 for those out of school, out of work kids trying to find out what they want to do, or
and how
young
to express
adults.
themselves and figure out a way to basically generate revenue through being creative.
And our other programming is very, very affordable, including early bird special discounts. And they are for kids ranging from age 7 up to teenager, and including adults and teens for those special classes in each individual media, printmaking, ceramics, we have animation, so we have a lot of digital art, graphic design.
So good. So all of this is online, and all the registration, all that information. Is
And
wonderful.
registration for the classes are going on now, and the classes start next Monday.
Next Monday.
So that's why we're happy to be here today.
Well, thank you for coming here and sharing it with our viewers on air. And what's that, real quick? Because I got to go there.
This
They're
is
asking
for
me to
you,
wrap.
'cause
This is for me.
You got to come to Havana with us. We're going to Havana in April for the Biennale, for the Havana Biennale.
Oh my goodness!
And we're hosting this trip, and along with a great expert on Cuban art, Adolfo Nodal.
Love it.
And you got to come with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you for the invitation. Gail Nathan, llevándome pa' Havana una na.
Dancing all night long. You like to dance all night long?
Thank you guys for being here. Awesome. Thank you
Thank
for the
you
work
so
you're doing
much.
here with the next generation, the Bronx. You guys, once again, the Bronx River Art Center 2019 Winter Fine Arts and Media classes will begin January 7th through March 25th. To sign up for the courses, please visit bronxriverart.org. All right, stay tuned because Bobby C's weekly sports roundup is coming up next. Havana,
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
I love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Begin our look at sports in the NFL. The New York Jets lost their final 2 games of the regular season, and on Sunday went ahead and did what was expected. Gang Green fired head coach Todd Bowles. The Jets finished the season 4-12. They were crushed 38-3 Sunday on the road in Foxborough, falling to the New England Patriots in a laugher. The last time our BronxNet camera saw the Jets, it was 2 weeks ago at a heartbreaking 44-38 loss to Green Bay in overtime at MetLife Stadium. We go inside the locker room for more.
Stand up here and say that I'm really pleased with the effort. You know, it's I can say that all day long. But at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. That's all that anyone cares about.
Yeah, it was a great call. Obviously, I think I went untouched, so obviously the guys did a great job blocking. We knew that the Packers were going to try to kick it a certain way, and we just took advantage of it.
It's frustrating not being able to put them away, and we had our chances to put them away, and taking no credit from them, but we can't play two teams.
I mean, it is what it is. They're going to call calls, and we're going to go out there and continue to play hard. That's really it, and that's really the end of the story from my point of view.
Bowles finished with a 24-40 record with New York. He went 10-6 in his first season in 2015 before posting consecutive 5-11 campaigns, followed by that 4-12 mark in 2018 after jumping out to a 3-3 start this year. The Jets dropped 9 of their last 10 games. His win percentage is the lowest of any Jets coach since Rich Kotite led the franchise from 95-96. Meanwhile, the New York Giants lost their final 3 games of the season, including Sunday's 36-35 thriller to the rival Dallas Cowboys at home. The loss actually helped the Giants' draft position. They will select sixth in the NFL draft. The Jets have the 3rd pick coming up. Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns, and the Cowboys rallied to beat the Giants. Prescott threw a 32-yard 4th down touchdown pass to Cole Beasley on a play that was reversed by video replay and added a winning 2-point conversion pass to Michael Gallup with 1:12 to play as the playoff-bound Cowboys edged the Giants. Here's more.
Obviously, the season didn't turn out the way we wanted it to be, but I learned a lot from those guys, from them vets, from my teammates. And I feel like, I grew as a person, as a player, definitely as a player on the field. I'm seeing the field differently, understanding the game. And, I look forward to, watching film in this game, watching film myself from this year, and figure out how I can take it to another level.
A lot of close games, early in the year. Obviously, weren't playing as well offensively, and I thought, still lost a couple close games, but second half played a lot better offensively. I think got into a good rhythm. Guys were making plays, and I think we felt good about what we were doing and made some adjustments.
Learned a lot from Eli. In practice this week, obviously I knew it was going to be the last game, and I just went up to him and said thank you. I don't think I did that enough this year. I probably should have did that a lot more, but just went up to him and said thank you. He taught me so much. One, taught me how to handle you guys, first and foremost, but just the way, it doesn't matter. Up, down, wins, loss, great game, bad game, it's not going to change. He's going to come in with the same mentality, with the same mindset. He's going to continue believing it and continue to work. And I think that's the right recipe and the way you should do it. And obviously, it's worked for him so far in his career with him being a 2-time Super Bowl champion and a 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
The NFL playoffs are upon us, and so is the finale for the college football postseason. The semifinals played out as expected. 2 massively non-competitive college football playoff semifinals. Clemson's Tiger ate Notre Dame's Leprechaun during a 33 snoozer, and then Alabama took a 28-0 lead on Oklahoma before Nick Saban let the Sooners offer a respectable second-half showing. That gives us number 2 Clemson and number 1 Alabama again. Getting into the stadium to watch the Crimson Tide and Tigers play for the title for the 3rd time in 4 years has perhaps never been cheaper. Prices for tickets for Monday night's championship in Santa Clara, California have been plummeting the past few days. Factors include the college football playoff final being located thousands of miles away from the 2 campuses, possible fatigue for fan bases of teams that have become annual participants in the playoff, and a game site in an expensive market lacking college football diehards. StubHub had tickets available Wednesday night with seats priced at $115, less than double the cost of a parking pass on the ticket resale site. Incredible. Speaking of lackluster bowl games, the Pinstripe Bowl was one-sided too. Wisconsin trounced Miami last week. Here's more from Yankee Stadium.
Last game near the area was Penn State, so I had a lot of family and friends there, but this game I had a lot of families and friends there, and it was truly special, especially after the game. Having the game that I had, just seeing all the people that supported me all year, all throughout my entire career thus far. So just coming back, I know for me, Crookshank and Cone, it was something really special.
I thought we had a good plan, and players understood it and did a nice job against them in the run, and then we were opportunistic. And obviously, you get that number of takeaways, and I know we gave up a couple big plays, but when we did that, they came back, and I thought they were really good. And you're right, a lot of guys, that's kind of been the story all year. You guys stepped in and stepped up, and it was good.
Time for some quick hitters in the new year. We'll start on the NBA hardwood. The 18-21 Brooklyn Nets will be in Memphis tonight to face the Grizzlies. That game tips at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Knicks continue their lengthy road trip. The Orange and Blue will be in Los Angeles tonight to face the LA Lakers. 10:30 tip here in New York, of course. The Lakers are 21-17. The Knicks are stuck on 9 wins. On the ice, Colorado will host the New York Rangers tonight at 9. The New Jersey Devils will skate in Phoenix. Puck drops also at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Islanders will be in St. Louis Saturday night. A sellout crowd of 15,862 let out a deafening roar Saturday night when Amanda Nunes knocked out Cyborg in just 51 seconds in the co-main event of UFC 232. It was an historic win as Nunes became the first woman in UFC history to become a double champ. The UFC bantamweight champion added the featherweight belt to her collection by vanquishing the long invincible Cyborg, the latter's first defeat since 2005. John Jones also topped Alexander Gustafsson in their rematch in the other co-main event in the Octagon. And better New York NFL news, Bronx native Saquon Barkley is the first Giants rookie running back in the Pro Bowl since 1965. Odell Beckham Jr., who bounced back from injury to produce another 1,000-yard season, was snubbed, picked as a second alternate at wide receiver. Barkley's inclusion was hardly a surprise. He was third among all vote getters at any position. The selections were made by a combination of votes from fans, coaches, and players. Barkley is third in the NFL with 1,155 rushing yards. It has been that kind of season for the Giants rookie. He has lived up to billing as the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft with 12 games of more than 100 total yards from scrimmage, setting Giants rookie records for rushing yards and touchdowns. And on the baseball diamond, the Yanks reeled in a shortstop, but it's not Manny Machado, at least not yet. Free agent veteran shortstop Troy Tulowitzki has agreed to a deal to join the Bronx Bombers. The deal, which is pending completion of a physical, provides the Yankees a cost-effective shortstop while Didi Gregorius recovers from Tommy John surgery, but it does not necessarily preclude their pursuit of the star free agent Machado. The 34-year-old who missed all of 2018 after undergoing surgery on both heels was released by the Toronto Blue Jays in December. They will pay the majority of his $20 million contract, with the Yankees responsible only for the league minimum, which is $555,000. Tulowitzki long has expressed a desire to join the Yankees, who longtime shortstop Derek Jeter was his idol, of course. Tulowitzki grew up to a Jeter caliber player, turning his slick fielding and powerful bat into a 5-time All-Star appearances with the Colorado Rockies. If the Yanks can somehow find half of that player, this deal is a no-brainer. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for how the Yanks can make their latest move mesh with a far bigger splash. Agent superstar Manny Machado told his suitors he would make his decision in the new year, but he might have hinted at which way he's leaning on Monday when he started following the Yes Network on Instagram. Less than 2 hours after the world first began to notice the conspicuous follow, Machado then unceremoniously dropped the network from his feed. Machado met with the Yankees, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Chicago White Sox, and is in line for a potential $300 million contract, a number the Yankees said they would likely not meet in free agency. But even if I'm not fully on board with the signing, I think Manny is likely on his way to the Bronx. If Tulowitzki performs in spring training the way he did during his workout at Long Beach State last month, he could be the Yankees' starting shortstop to begin the 2019 season, even if they do end up signing Manny anyway. That's what the Yankees told Tulowitzki before he agreed to a deal to come to the Bronx, in a move that presents little risk, as the Yankees only will owe him the veteran's minimum, with the rest of his salary being paid by Toronto. Of course, as we mentioned, the Yankees need a shortstop for likely half the season, if not more, as Didi Gregorius recovers from Tommy John surgery. Should the Yankees also get a deal done with Machado, he would then play third base for the Bombers, with Tulowitzki at short. What that would mean for the future of Miguel Andujar remains to be seen, but Andujar's situation would be up in the air with Machado in pinstripes once Gregorius returns anyway. I could see Miggy moving to first base and the Yankees taking advantage of all of those bats. Ironically, Tulowitzki could end up being a steal of a deal and actually post his best numbers in years. The talent is there. His health would have to be good, of course. You can never have enough talent, and if any team can make it work, it's probably the Yanks. They've done wilder things before. See Giancarlo Stanton Valentin or Alex Rodriguez here. Perhaps the Yankees grab Manny and one more free agent starter like Dallas Keuchel. I'm starting to believe you will see Machado in pinstripes. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. Our next guest is a classically trained vocalist and self-taught pianist whose style reaches many genres, and her voice is said to reflect some of music greats such as Chaka Khan and Karen Clark Sheard, and that's just to name a few. You know, she's also had the opportunity to share the stage with Yolanda Adams and Jennifer Holliday, and she's been featured in New York Music Festival. And now she's here to talk to us, and later on in the show, she's going to share her talents with us on our Open Artist Spotlight stage. Please welcome Tamara Jade.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to Open 2019.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
I know, you can tell we're all festive and full of vibrant
I'm here
energy
for
at the
it.
top of the year.
That's right.
Thank you for being here with
Thanks
us.
for having me.
Yeah, you're the first Friday episode of 2019.
Ooh, no pressure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you're gonna blast the stage, sister.
Oh, well, listen, I'm gonna try to do my best.
I have a really strong feeling. I was gonna say funny, but I meant strong feeling
Yes.
that you're gonna do it, and you're gonna do it grand.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just written all over you. So let's talk a little bit about your career, my dear.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I gave them a little insight of a little bit of your background, but I think what really stands out for me with you the most is that you have these series that you belong to and where you sing in an intimate setting.
Yeah, so I'll be doing some dates with an organization called So Far Sounds, and they specialize in doing like these intimate concerts that are in unconventional performance spaces like living rooms or different venues. And so I'll be doing 3 dates with them coming up this month. The first will be January 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. The next will be January 18th right here in New York City, technically in Brooklyn, but New York. And then the final one will be January 30th back home where I'm from in the DC metropolitan area.
So this is a very fascinating concept for me.
Okay.
And the fact that they're touring you, per
Right.
se, to perform in these intimate settings. How did you even come across this?
Well, I've been following the organization So Far Sounds for a long time. It's pretty popular among like independent artists, and they've given a lot of independent artists who are now signed their starts, just to kind of just be themselves and breaking down that fourth wall that oftentimes appears when there's a stage in the audience. And so it kind of breaks down that fourth wall where the audience then becomes a part of the performance too. And it's an intimate setting, and honestly, I kind of like it, but it's also very nerve-wracking, more than singing to an audience of 1,000 people, because you can see everybody's faces. You can see people picking their fingernails like, girl, when you gonna be done? You can see all that stuff. So it's very nerve-wracking.
I would imagine so. You're like singing there and you're like, really? Tell me how you really feel.
Right. You like, you gonna text right now? You gotta answer that message right now? So, no, but I'm really excited about it. I just moved to New York 2.5 years ago, so this is like stepping out on my own artistry, which is a big step for me, which I'm really excited about. So this will be the first 3 concerts of the year for me.
Well, that's lovely, and congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
And I really, really dig it. I dig it. So how many people are I guess, invited to these intimate settings? Is it
depends
limited
on-
seating?
Yes.
And so how do they get selected?
Well, it's kind of like a lottery system. So you go on the website, which I have all that in my social media, and you apply for tickets. So it's It's kind of, an
It's
application.
a little bougie, a little bougie.
It's a little
Like,
application.
you had to do an application to go sit on
Yes.
top of people.
Yes, to go
right?
sit on the floor and drink wine out of a solo cup. But yes, you apply
And have
then-
you sing right there in
Yes,
their face.
Exactly. Can I have a sip of that? I'm thirsty. So they applied for like a lottery system, and I guess based on the number of seats available, they just choose from that lottery of people. So you
That's
should
cool.
sign up ASAP so that you can be in the number.
That's very cool. That's
Yeah.
very cool. And so, when it comes to performing, and you already shared that could be a little more nerve wracking.
Yeah.
But what do you gain from performing in front of an intimate audience versus being in an audience of thousands?
It's just that personal feeling of being able to just sing to people and talk to people. Oftentimes in performing, we're kind of taught to pretend that they're not there,
Right.
look above their heads and all that. But I do really appreciate being able to look at people in their eyes and talk to them and sing to them and see how they're reacting and see what they like and see what they're like. Girl, don't do that again, So
Right.
it's almost like real-time feedback, and just get that personal experience as if I was singing to you right here.
Right,
So I really love that.
Which you're gonna do.
I
I'm so looking forward to it. So where can people find you and find the tickets?
Oh, awesome. Yes. All social media, my name is Tamara Jade Music, and I have a little song I'm going to sing about that later with my social media that I made, and you guys can tell me if it sucks or not. But I won't see you, so it's cool. Yes, Tamara Jade Music on pretty much all social media platforms, TAMARAJADE like the precious stone, and music like in the dictionary.
Awesome. All right, you guys, we have to take a quick break, but when we return to Tamara, she's going to perform for us, so make sure you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Stay right there.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back to our Open Artist Spotlight. Here to perform now, Scars to Your Beautiful. Please welcome Tamara Jade.
She just wants to be beautiful. She goes unnoticed. She knows no limits. She craves attention. She praises an image. She prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. She don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we have made her blind, so she tries to cover up her pain and cut her woes away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after their face is made. Yeah, but there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And it's hard. No scars to your beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. And she has dreams to be an envy, so she's starving, you know. Cover girls eat nothing, she says. Beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything. What's a little bit of hunger? I can go a little while longer. She fades away. She don't see her perfect, and she don't understand that she's worth it, or that beauty is more than the surface. So for all you out there hurting, let me be your mirror and help you see much clearer the light that shines within. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are, and you don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. No scars to your beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. And you don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. No scars to your beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. You're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. Beautiful. We're stars. We're beautiful. You're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful.
Tamara, you're right there.
Yes,
yeah. Now, who's this lovely gentleman accompanying you?
With the beautiful smile, this is Smiley.
Smiley, I was feeling you. Thank you both for blessing our open artist stage at the top of 2019. Once again, you guys, for more on Tamara, right? I say it right.
You said
Tamara Jade and her music. Please visit her website at tamarajademusic.com, and make sure to check her out on all social media platforms such as Instagram at Tamara Jade Music. That's right. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recablecast tonight and 24 hours a day at bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Happy New Year! Woo! I leave you with Tamara. You got
Speaking of which, my social media is TAMARAJADE Music. My name is TAMARAJADE Music. My name is TAMARAJADE Music. My name is TAMARAJADE Music. I wanna rock with you all night and dance you into the sunlight. I wanna rock with you all night and dance the night